Oh, are we starting now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You're starting. You're the welcome guy.
Oh, okay. Okay, so first of all, it's recording. I'm on camera. It's a big deal. So first of all, it is a really special thing and a big deal for you to be at our house. Because we know that it takes a lot of energy to be here. You guys have lives. You have to get babysitters and arrange plans and go out of your way to be here. And this is not a typical thing. So it means a lot to us. And it does mean a lot to everybody to be together. Because this, again, is a community that doesn't happen by accident. You have to work at it. And it means a lot. So we more than appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully we've done these before, but that's just hundreds and hundreds of more to come before we aren't here anymore. But this is something that's special to us, and hopefully it's special to you guys too. And then we just want to remind you that we say this all the time, but we'll just make it short. If you are tired, or you need a shift in your seat, or go to the bathroom, or get something to drink, or get something to eat, just get up. I mean, this is not like a formal thing. We actually decided this morning that we weren't going to do name tags because they help me actually. But this is not supposed to be a name tag thing. This is supposed to be family. You're supposed to be gathering. You're doing your thing. It's just going to be us, which means if you need to get up and leave, go. If you need to get up and go to the bathroom, if you want to go play video games downstairs, go downstairs. You don't ask permission. Don't raise your hand. Just do whatever you need to do. Please don't. Okay, all of you. Okay, will you mark down that Astrid and Jean raised their hand?
Simultaneous.
And that they have a demerit as well? You're like my children. It's exactly the same thing. When I tell you to do it, I hate that. But over the top, appreciate that you're here. And please treat it like it's your house. So that's that.
Temperature-wise, do we need a door cracked? Are you guys getting warm?
Or window open. Or
You feel warm?
Oh, it's cold. And that's all that matters.
Okay, can you crack the door a little bit? And then anyone that's by it's that one to the right is the one that opens. Yeah, thank you. Okay, you guys, so, and Amy, I want you to be able to sit. You don't have to stand the whole time. Okay. So, there are a good number of people that haven't been to a Seeds of Exchange gathering. So I'm just going to take a moment and first of all say welcome. Brandon and I started Seeds of Exchange 20 years ago when our then 9-month-old baby girl Sophia was in a baby Bjorn with me, and in a conversation with a sister, the Seeds for Seeds of Exchange was started. And the heartbeat of Seeds is this. It's just sitting in homes, wherever, on virtually. We do a lot of fun virtual things so we can gather around the world. But sharing stories, talking about how to love in practical ways, in extraordinary, jaw-dropping, beyond tangible, just like the squeeze that you have from a friend when you go to their house and you're like, feel that kind of embrace of belonging. Like we're cultivating, we hope, communities of belonging where you just feel like, even if you haven't met someone, you just walk into a space and you're like, wow, I am enveloped with friendship and belonging and love. We also fundamentally believe that this kind of love is not like airy fairy, but it's like willing to go into dark, gritty, hard places. So we do a lot in the arena of anti-trafficking. We do a lot in the arena of conversations like we're having tonight that can literally divide families. If you're talking about immigration, if you're talking about poverty, if you're talking about race and religion, we're wanting to say, like, no, let's pull up chairs and sit across the table from people and hear their stories and hear their hearts and learn about a person where a cause like human trafficking becomes personal, or like Brandon's mom, my mom-in-law, Mama Sue. Fatima was the first Muslim woman she ever had a cup of tea with. And all of a sudden she's like, oh my gosh, Fatima's just like me. And the first time she said it, she had tears down her cheeks. She's like, she wants her kids to be happy. She wants to find the love of her life. She did. She did twice. And she wants to be involved in meaningful work in the world and share her story, which she is. So, there's all kinds of other things that we love to do, write books, and we have believe big in radical, real philanthropy, like where you're giving of yourself, volunteering, giving your dollars, spending time with people to make life better, doing travel that is going to places in the world. Like Brandon and I were able to go to Ukraine twice. Well, I was there twice. He was there once. And so that's why we're so glad to have our Ukrainian brothers and sisters with us, because we believe very much in the power of being on each other's soils and being the one that has to use Google Translate.
I wasn't very good at that.
Thank you.
Forgive me,
for being
Peter.
Here.
Forgive me, you guys.
That has always been there because of Brandon.
That Ukrainian flag has been up
He did
since
not put that up for them.
we got back from Ukraine 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And actually, it's a new flag because the other one was so tattered, I didn't want it to be flown tattered. So that's a new one as of 2 months ago, because we've been flying it so much. We love that.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to talk about us the whole time, but when you leave and you'll see there's underneath the tree, there's a light shining on a little kind of an iron metal kind of sculpture. It's not a sculpture, but that's an anti-tank thing. It's called a hedgehog. Ironically invented by the Russians a long time ago. But when we went to Ukraine, that was in everybody's front yard, because the tanks were literally coming down the streets. When we were in Kyiv, we would drive and the cars would make this rattle. And we're like, well, what's that rattle? And the driver's like, that's the impressions that the tanks were leaving on the highway because they're too heavy for the highway. And so you're hearing a rattle on the highway because the tanks just came into Kyiv a few weeks ago. And we're like, that is your life? And then when we're going to a coffee shop, having like cappuccino, it wasn't all suffering. And so we're having a cappuccino and we're like, every yard has these hedgehogs in front of it, and like dozens of hedgehogs. And they just know when the sirens went, and the sirens are on all the time. You just move the hedgehogs to the middle of the street. You try to prevent the tanks from coming. So that is actually there to remind me of how great we have it, but how that we are part of a bigger picture. And the Ukrainian that I really poorly wrote on it is Slava Ukraina, which means glory to Ukraine, which that's everywhere in Ukraine. But just so you know what that is, I didn't think I was going to say that today, but yeah, we love Ukraine. Love Ukraine.
So, yes, it's about global. It's also about local. It's also about our neighborhoods, our families, our own sense of purpose and meaning and connection with each other. And so we are going to hear some stories from a dear friend of ours in a moment, but we wanted to continue with our fun this evening with just planting some seeds of, we hope, inspiration and a sense of your own connection with your story and your purpose on the planet. And so Brandon's going to read an excerpt from a book of mine called Soulfully Ablaze, and I am going to put some background music on. We'll see if our tech trial worked right.
Isn't that bougie? To say, like, I'm going to read, or my husband's going to read from a text of mine. Like, my book. She never reads from my books. I haven't written any yet, but I bet you she wouldn't. It is a little bougie, don't you think?
I would in a heartbeat.
I'm going to just have my husband read from my book.
And Brandon,
and by the way, FYI, go ahead.
I'm going to ask you to stand and talk loud because we're doing some battle with the kids in the basement.
Yes. But by the way, we love that too. Like, it's like a house. I love hearing the kids in the basement. I love hearing it like a family. Like, the sounds of a house are like they're so cool. And when they're gone, you miss it so much. Like, the silence is like deafening, right? So I love little human beings being downstairs, and they're here and they know that there's this group of adults upstairs that are doing something. that's significant. And so it's not lost on any of them. Even my 16-year-old son down there playing 2K video games
Callie.
knows that something's happening upstairs. So I think it's just awesome that they're here. So they can be as loud as they want, actually.
You just have to be louder.
I will be loud. And I've never asked to be louder.
Be loud.
And this is how much my wife doesn't trust I can pronounce things correctly. She put the pronunciations of some of the difficult words right there.
It's true.
Like Sarajevo. So like she doesn't think I can pronounce Sarajevo. But now that it's there, I'm very stressed. Because I might not get the words right because you put it right in front of me. We'll see.
Hang on. What is happening? I'm gonna take her. I don't think it'll be any better with me, but I'm gonna just try. Okay. This is a true friend who's wearing your dog.
Kelly, you get
Sling around her.
Kelly is wearing the dog, which is very nice.
Come here.
Be good.
Okay, Callie, sit.
Good
She's a
girl.
counter surfing dog.
Cheers.
So we have to keep her close. Okay, project. And I'm going to turn this on.
You wanna start it?
lightly.
So some of you guys might know this story. It's a pretty, it's a famous story, but it's cool. So Called to Craters. It was 1992 during the siege of Sarajevo. In nearly 4 years, 10,000 people were killed in the city of Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina. One day, in the midst of the conflict, cellist Vidrum Shamalovi received word that 22 fellow citizens had been bombed. They died waiting in line for bread. Tragic, terrifying, unjust, unfair. It would be understandable if he went home and stayed there, behind locked doors, as long as he could. The world outside was on fire, terror-stricken, and there was little hope in sight. But that is not what he did. No. Vedran did something extraordinary that is still being talked about today, more than 2 decades later. He went home, packed up his cello, and stepped out his door. He was on a mission. With cello in hand, he walked to where the bomb had fallen, planted himself in the crater left by the bomb in the midst of the rubble, and began to play. He called this act a protest in the darkness. And he returned daily for 22 days in memory of each person who had died. The cello was a simple, everyday, ordinary object for Vedran. In the face of unimaginable and continuous death and destruction, he picked up his tool, gave what he could, and tended to what was right in front of him. You also have a one-of-a-kind gift and purpose. You might even think of it as a unique song you sing or a tool you wield as you move through your days. Whatever it might be, you have something that will bring beauty, companionship, or meaning into the bomb craters and war zones of the lives of those around you. Do you know what your cello tool is? Or can you hear your unique song yet? Have you not sung a word or a note yet? Or have you been chanting in your whole life quietly or at the top of your lungs? Listen for your melody. Pause, listen, wait, look, pay attention. The melody will come. May the notes you play and sing awaken and light you up. Encourage others and energize you with pulsing purpose today and each and every day to come. Play your song, sing it, experience the notes, lifting and deep, loud and soft. There is none like it on earth, never has been and never will be. Do not compare it with another. Do not hide it or try to whisper it. Allow your notes to join the chorus. You will bring beauty, light, love, and hope to the craters.
I'm going to read one other little part. So for those that know me, know that I love what I call places of pause. And this, by the way, the music is Vedran that was in the background, if you could hear it. The cello player from this story. So I'm going to try to talk loud. Can you hear me in the back? Is it okay? Okay. So a place of pause, literally, thank you, Kelly. A place of pause, this practice of rhythms to pause throughout our day, the beginning, in the middle, in the end, after an intense story like that, in a conversation with a friend that might be inspiring or hard, after you watch a news story that makes you weep, like to take a pop and breathe and be present. And for those that have a spiritual tradition, to pray. For those who breathe, to become centered in their body, to breathe. So a pop after that, place of pause, is just this. Be still, surrender, bask in the quiet. Be surrounded in soul-nourishing quiet. May this time be for you, only for you. Relax, soften, surrender, let go, and be. So, one of the things I love to talk about in these times, like what Brandon read about Vedran, what we're about to hear with Andrea, is seeing life as a treasure hunt. Like, you might have already had your treasure hunt happen at dinner when you heard someone's story, and that's exactly why you were supposed to be here. An old friend that you hadn't seen for a while, or a new friend, and you got to be like, wow, I'm inspired, or I made a new connection. Or that might be about to happen as our storytellers come up. But my nudge is, I profoundly believe we find more of our stories in the stories of each other. So as you know, it might be something like, oh, I want to volunteer with Andrea's organization, or I want to connect with this cool person that I sat across the table from and had dinner with. And so my encouragement is just to be attentive, or a pop. I need more pops in my life. I have too much loud and fast, and I want to pause and breathe and be. So just watch for the treasure hunts that are meant for you. And our hope, our audacious hope, is that when you leave here, your hands will be full of exactly what you most needed when you walked in here. Maybe that you didn't know you needed, but you got it. So that's our hope. So I am gonna invite our soul sister Andrea up in just a moment to share her story. But before I do, two things. I love having a rubber band of a twofold invitation at story gatherings like this. Number one, Andrea is amazing. She inspires me every time we have a conversation. And I joke around, it's super cheesy, but I love it. It's like when I hear someone's story like Andrea's, I'm just like waving my pom-poms like, you are so cool. You teach me things, you inspire me, you ignite something. Like, she's a match to me. She ignites something in me. So I invite you to just be like, wow, what an incredible human. And our three storytellers that will come up as well. And then the other piece is to just tend to your own story as she's sharing hers. Go on your treasure hunt and be like, how does her story, their story, our story connect with mine? Because that is the gift. Then we become this community with all these threads of connection. And like, I learned a little bit more about myself from a conversation with Kristen yesterday. Or, you know, we just become this interwoven, beautiful tapestry of community. So in a moment, I'm going to have her come up, but I want to do two things first. She sent me a 6-minute video that we're going to put on the TV. So I want to, it's 6 minutes. So if you have to kind of get to a spot where you can see it, do that. But then we're going to stop it, and then you'll be able to go back to where you are. And it helps to kind of do this big picture story arc of what is Hope Has No Borders and the community that they are, the community that they are loving so deeply and being loved by. So I'm gonna play that. But first, I just want to read this little tiny ping about Andrea to plant the seed of what's coming your way. A mama of 3, a passionate community builder, lives here in Denver. Inspired by the belief that everyone, and I know her, and that everyone is like all caps, no one is excluded, everyone, deserves dignity, meaningful work, and the ability to provide for their family. Andrea founded Hope Has No Borders to bring humanitarian relief and community support to people moving from crisis to hope. She leads with a vision of breaking down isolation and creating welcoming, integrated neighborhoods where compassion takes action. So that's another thing I want to underscore, like those 3 words, compassion takes action, like action that has the gentle, soft embrace of compassion is different than an action that is, lacking compassion and love. And compassion that's lacking action is also like let's do some things together and love people and make a difference. So that is so her heartbeat, and I love that about you. And so I'm gonna pull up this 6-minute video. Take a sec and get to a spot where you can see it. Oh, I've been having some technical.
I can maybe move it a little bit.
What's that, Boo?
I don't want to move it too far so you can't see it.
Yeah. So Can everyone?
Can you still see it?
I did. If I didn't, I had to do it a couple times, so if I didn't, I'm going to redo it. Just one sec. Momentito, I'm going to go back. Just a sec.
Not by their choice.
Okay, can everyone see that wants to see?
In Denver, there have been close to 40,000 migrants who have been bused here not by their choice, and who landed in our city in flip-flops and in shorts in Colorado winter. They want to work and care for themselves and not be dependent on anyone else. I think we can all agree that the federal immigration system in this country is broken, but that doesn't change the fact that there are vulnerable people and families in our neighborhoods right now. So I ended up on this group chat. There was a call out on that group chat for a feeding event that was going to happen down at a local shelter. A lot of Venezuelan families were there, and if you can, bring bananas, bring snacks. They want to supplement the meal. There's a lot of hungry people. Well, it's sweet. So we head to the grocery store, buy 10 bunches of bananas, put them in the trunk, and drive down for the first time in my life down to a homeless shelter. We pulled over and got out of the car, and my kids literally started handing bananas to kids their own age who have nothing. Many of them were in this parking lot without shoes, lots of adults in shorts, and then came all the moms with babies in their arms and kids at their side. And I stood there with my own kids, talking with a lot of moms with their own kids. And the overwhelming cry, of course, was for work. They came here for the chance to take care of themselves. While I didn't have work to offer, I knew what I did have to offer are a lot of the stuff they were asking me for at home in my basement. Extra kids' clothes, coats, jackets, things that they needed it now, and I knew I had it. So as I was about to leave, a mom just stopped me and just looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Can you help me? My 4 kids didn't eat today. Can you help me with some dinner?" And that was a moment that changed everything, because the answer, of course, was yes, and there was a recognition that that's exactly what I would do if I were her. After that experience, I shared online in my local Highlands Moms group what had just happened. I never in my wildest dreams thought that post would turn into a grassroots movement in my city. Today we are up over 8,000 people. The movement spread like wildfire. We did a 12-week poll to kind of self-report and understand the scope in which we had helped at that point. Almost 500 migrants were being housed in community, in my community, by my community, through that movement.
So when I first met David and Delia, it was actually through their daughter Yuselin, who is in first grade with our son Isaiah. On the way out of school that day, I ran into the school social worker, and she shared with me their situation, and I asked, you know, how can we help? And Lisa's response, quite frankly, changed my life. She said, they're losing their housing tomorrow. And I said, wow, well, we have a 2-bedroom apartment in our basement. Let me talk to my husband.
It was a great text message, a text message that certainly changed my life and changed our family's lives. And my response to that was yes, let's do it. And everything happened very quickly. I think that was on a Thursday. The next day, Friday, we went up to the school and met Delia and her 4 children. And from there, we drove straight to our house, asked if they felt like they'd be comfortable there, and they said yes.
Porque a veces como venimos de países también que las personas son, hay como que personas que como que no tienen corazón, como hay, gracias a Dios, a mí me tocó acá de verdad, con esta familia, con Ale y con el señor Jordan. Es como que si Dios me los haya mandado del cielo, de verdad, y mis hijos están súper agradecidos con ellos.
Once David and Delia and their family got settled, I'd say maybe a week later, I posted on the Highlands Mommies group. I think I posted something like, we have a family that just moved in with us, they need work, whatever you guys can help with. And the response was overwhelming.
Gracias a Andrea, nosotros recibimos una casa que ella nos ayudó mucho a encontrarla, porque si no, todavía estuviéramos en ella. Sí, en verdad, hemos recibido mucho apoyo, muchos beneficios aquí, gracias a la comunidad. Sí, me siento muy bien, me siento como ya parece como que yo fuera más bien de aquí.
Gosh, it's amazing to serve someone, and there's just no joy like it.
We honestly have probably learned and felt as much of Jesus' love coming towards us from this incredible family as we think that we may have distributed to them.
The faith that these newcomers bring is unreal, and it's not just me. I hear that over and over and over. Like, there is work being done in our city right here, right now. He is here. He is at work, and he's using us to do it. And I am so grateful to be a part of it. I don't know that I'll ever get to see him move like this again in my life, and I am here for it.
Here we go up.
Thank you for passing the bananas.
Oh, hey, thanks. It is where it started. Oh, yeah. I'm visual, I brought a prop. And this is also something that I believe very much. It's kind of like, in these circles, I kind of feel like a little bit of like giving a fair warning, like you never know what is gonna happen when you just show up and you say, like Andrea, I'm here for it. She thought she was giving a mama a bunch of bananas. And then the next day she got another nudge to do another thing. And then and it just kept building, and all of a sudden she and one of her good friends started an organization because there wasn't an organization serving the people that they had fallen in love with who needed services. So she just started with a banana, And that's also good news for us, because sometimes we think like, what do I do to make a difference way out there? Well, sometimes it's just about giving the banana.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have in your hands? Yeah. So, temperature check. Is everyone good? Anyone need? I'm good. Okay. So Andrea and I have gotten to do this a few times, and we decided on this one we were going to kind of have it be a little bit of a back and forth conversation. Truly, y'all, what I think we might do sometime is like, she has hours and hours of like a roundtable conversation of what she has learned to share. But that is not tonight. Tonight is going to be just you hearing her heart, hearing how she came to do what she's doing. She's going to introduce us to 3 of her dear friends. And if you feel a draw for more, because there is so much more than you can hear in the time we have, reach out to Andrea.
Yeah.
Her organization is on fire with the best kind of fire love in our city, and there is a lot more. So this is a little teaser.
Yeah.
Teaser. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is, I had kind of this idea of 4 different imagine a prism that has different angles. So 4 different angles of Andrea and her story. So these are, and it's also your story. I'm going to say it again. So it's about the ordinary. It's about the ordinary. It's often about the unexpected. It's always about together, if we're going to do anything in the world to make a difference. And it's about some seeds. Okay, so the first, Andrea, will you tell us just a little bit about yourself? Like, what were you like as a kid?
Okay.
And tell us a little more about what led the kid Andrea to be the mom homeschooling, driving her kids across Denver and
right.
a bunch of bananas.
Right.
So just the little human side.
Human side. Okay. Oh, well, that's loaded.
I know. And talk really loud because of the kids
okay.
in the basement.
Yeah. So I was born in New Orleans, but I moved to Denver when I was 3. So I'm really from here. I don't even remember being anywhere else. Although I think I hate the cold because I was born in New Orleans. So there's that element. My mom's from Mexico City originally, so I'm the child of an immigrant. My dad is just a tall white dude from Pueblo, Colorado. And I think had a very typical upbringing. I mean, that's not even right. I have a lot of trauma. I had a hard childhood. When my parents were divorced, I lived with my mom, so I kind of grew up with a single mom who has some mental health stuff, and I always had to be the grown-up before everyone else had to be the grown-up. So there's a lot about my mom journey that is really redemptive for me and healing. I get to do for my kids what the little girl in me needed. And it brings me so much joy. And so my heart as a mom is real fierce and protective, and also no one inspires me like my kids do. Kids know what's right in so many ways that we just don't. They just do. Like, kids stand in front of a hungry person and they know what the answer is. They don't think about border policy and politics but what about this or that? They just, they might not know how to solve the long-term stretch, but when there's a human being in front of kids, like that's really who we should be looking to for a lot of things right now, to know which way to go. So as a mom, so much of my story is really inspired by them. Yeah. So that's a little bit of me.
Actually,
Yeah.
can you introduce your kids?
Yeah,
and have
sure.
them stand up.
Sure. Oh, you guys want to do that?
Are you comfortable with that? I don't know if everyone knows who your kids are.
Sure. Grayson's my oldest. He's here 11, yes. 6th grade this year, yes. And right next to him is Rowan. She's my youngest, my little miracle baby. She came home at 4.5 pounds with a heart condition, and man, trial by fire for motherhood. And then my Dahlia, really the most mature person in our home, and such a good cook, and takes care of me when I'm sick and brings me tea and loves like so huge, this girl. So that's my Dahlia. She's 9.
So let's go to unexpected.
Okay.
So we've talked about bananas.
Yeah.
You talked about it in the video. But will you talk a little bit about how that has been for you? Because you homeschool, you have a husband, you have groceries to buy and food to make. Like, how the ordinary has met the unexpected.
Right. Yeah.
And become what your vocation is in terms of Hope Has No Borders today.
Yeah. Oh, good question. I literally have no idea how I even get through days. And maybe some of you guys have felt that if you have little kids. If you've ever experienced such a thing, it's a lot. I didn't know that I would do humanitarian work. I didn't go to school for it. I didn't train up for it. I didn't I'm not in social services. I don't have a background in any of those things. But being a mom of 3 has been truly a training up that I think is real undervalued in general in this moment. I can do a lot in a day. And I know what it's like to work around the clock. When it came to humanitarian work, I literally went from, I just had pulled Grayson home from homeschool mid-year. Dahlia was already home. I was really highly focused on what the heck that was going to be like. This whole homeschool world was new to me, and that's a whole nother story, but it was kind of unexpected, and I was just, staying up late, on Amazon, seriously, should I get colored paper clips? I don't know. Do I need this cabinet with 10 drawers or the one with 3? These were the things I thought about, and literally that weekend we went and handed out bananas, which, let's be real, I put bananas in that bag, and I really thought I was gonna hand them to someone else and be great, I did it, and I'm gonna go home now. I really thought that's how it was gonna go. I did not know that it would change every moment since then, which it's not even been 2 years yet. So this is all still very fresh. So the thing is, so much of my story, what I've been through, the things that I find that I thought were insignificant, all feed into equipping you. Actually, honestly, the story you read is perfect, because it really is he trained at the cello, right, and he practiced, and maybe he didn't even want to practice. I bet his mom made him practice, right? I'm just gonna throw that in there, right? But he didn't know that he was going to change the world like that. He didn't know what he was being equipped for, and I think that there are so many things that we do every day that we have no idea are going to be used if we choose to use them for good, And so for me, it was bananas. I didn't know I'd have a banana story. I didn't know my middle school Spanish was going to come out on the street that day, I didn't know I would know and see things I could never unsee again. So yeah, I don't know if I even answered the question. I can go on and on, sorry.
It's so good. No.
Yeah.
Did you get, like, what was that group chat? Somebody just...
Yeah, good question. Okay, so the mom in the video, actually, so the way the video is presented, it kind of looks like I started this group and then she ended up being someone who housed someone, and it really was the other way around, actually. So Aaliyah is the person who first put out onto the, kind of the OG Highlands Moms group. This is where it gets complicated for the Highlands Mom stuff, but Highlands Moms has been its own really cool mommy group for like a really long time, way longer than I've been a mom. And we're kind of known as like the mommy mafia, and like you just don't mess with the moms, and like it's a really actually super healthy, awesome place. And like I prefer to Google, like if I need a new bra or I have a question, like I actually ask there first before I ask the internet, because this mom hive mind is like for real, okay? So she had posted in there, like she said, oh, I'm housing this family, does anyone have some things? And from her post, a little group chat got started, and I literally have no idea how I got joined into it. Just like I still don't know who shared my number with you, but you just started calling me and texting me.
Don't give me your number if you don't want me to spam you up. I told Olivia that earlier, even.
Yeah. So that's it. Like I literally got dropped in this group, and people were like trying to find tangible ways to do something. And I'm just like naturally a yes person. So I was like kind of waiting in that group to see if something would pop up that I could really do. And so it was like the call out for bananas. I'm like, that I can do. I know how to buy bananas, you know, like I can do that. I know how to feed people. I'm a mom, right? Like I can do that. So it was like just that yes to that request. And then there really was a group of moms of us who were like, okay, this chat is now like exploded and is unmanageable, like let's start a page. And yeah, 4 days there was 1,000 people, 6 weeks later there were 6,000 people. And that it was crazy. My front lawn, well, next time we do this, I'll show the video. People were coming day and night dropping off donations on my front lawn. And so my whole front yard, side yard, back room, backyard, like everything was full of clothes, coats, kids' boots, like everything everyone had. And day and night, people were coming to my front yard, getting what they needed for someone they had just met, and then driving back down to like the shelter and just coming back in like this circle. And when I would meet people down at 26 in Zunai, where there were kids living in tents, sometimes people wouldn't have a phone. Like they'd tell me what they'd need and I'd put their number in my WhatsApp. I was like, what's WhatsApp? I got to download that. But sometimes people wouldn't have a phone. So I would put pregnant moms, random people just in my car, because it's like, if you don't come with me now, I won't find you again. So just like come to my house with me. And so that went on for a while, this kind of circular community. And my house wasn't the only drop point. We had a couple. And people were just en masse learning together, reporting back, sharing, and we educated each other en masse about what was happening and how to help.
Yeah, so. And the two things I wanted to say, I actually had that in my notes before this, that like I know from Andrea's story what she has done. It is beautiful, it is inspiring, and it has been hard and messy and uncomfortable and late nights and still homeschooling the children.
Right.
And there was one night when we were talking and she was in tears about some just very bad, no good day. And she was trying to cook a pizza and the oven hadn't been preheated, and she's like, the oven's not preheated and my kids are hungry. It's like, it's very real. I mean, I just want to say, like, please hear these stories. It's like, that's why I wanted to emphasize ordinary.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
She didn't ask for this. She wasn't even looking for it. She just said one yes that led to the next. Yeah. So will you just do us a favor and take a couple minutes for anyone who doesn't know and timestamp the tents, you know, for those that don't know about what was happening with the tent cities and kind of the months that and the year how it brought to today.
Yes. Okay. So Banana Day, I've saved in my calendar, I should know this date. It's like November 4th or 5th, something like that. So we're coming up on 2 years.
Of
2023.
Okay.
Yes. And so that whole first week was like a year long. And I was just telling someone earlier, like how my kids really started. First of all, we scrapped our whole plans. I was like, I have all my beautiful books ready and all of my ideas for homeschooling stuff. And it was just like, none of that, everything got shifted to the side, and we were serving together in real life in real time. And just like in the morning making a big pot of soup and just not knowing who it was going to feed, but that it would feed people. And so very quickly, my front yard became not an option. Like some of my neighbors are like, are you getting evicted? Like, what's happening here? You know, we're like, no, we're not getting evicted. We own this house. So we started hunting down different churches that would open a space, because like it's November in Colorado, like snow's coming, it's gonna get cold. Like we cannot have all this on my yard. And Park Church was the only church that actually said yes. So we very quickly shifted, probably within 2 weeks, we shifted from my front yard to opening up basically a distribution point out of Park Church that was staffed and volunteered by local moms and moms in that church. And do you remember any of the stats from that time? I think we were serving 300 people a week, something crazy like that. It was like 300 people a week were able to go to Park Church and get like winter gear and also like tents and tent heaters, like outside survival gear, because at that time the city had opened up several shelters. Thank God, really. 8 shelters. But you only got about 2 weeks in shelter once you were checked in. So nobody can build a life in a foreign country and you don't speak the language in 2 weeks. Like, even if you got a job on the first day, you still haven't even like got your first paycheck, right? But that was impossible, because that's a whole nother thing I learned, is who's allowed to work in this country and who's not, right? So there was really a cycle of poverty in an growing encampment at 26 in Zunai, with kids living in camp. So for that whole winter, we got to do beautiful things like work with the city for them to put a hold. And there was a time where they did hold and they didn't release from shelters through some of the coldest times. Denver Friends Church, in the meantime, opened a shelter because there's so many people on the street. And they chose as a church community to open their gym instead of locking it at night, warm and empty. So community members, again, Highlands Moms Group stepped up. Community members from that church stepped up and staffed and ran that shelter together. And so that went on for a few months until it warmed up a bit. So about 6 months of every single day being unpredictable, like dead asleep before I hit the pillow, but then up at 3 a.m. because I had some idea, like certainly there's a solution and I must look this up at 3 a.m. So 6 months of independently being just like a community member and learning and walking side by side with immigrants through what it is to be an immigrant in America. It's not something I know. I've never done that. And it really became evident at that point, like we saw some markers of like things you could do in this moment that really would help people get to stability, like they were really fighting for. And I just kept really believing that like someone else is going to do this. Like the city, the federal government, the nonprofits, the tons of nonprofits that already exist in Denver, like someone who went to school for this, someone who like has been doing this for a really long time, like somebody else at some point is going to show up and like take over. And after about 6 months of that, I really realized that like, no, if the things that need to be done are going to be done, they're going to be done by us. So my girlfriend Jennifer and I started Hope Has No Borders at that point. And So I became a homeschool mom and a executive director of a nonprofit, just like all at the same time. So, it's crazy.
Okay, so together, I would like for you to just talk a little bit, because originally it started with the Highlands mom group.
Yeah.
And now it's expanded
Yeah.
to community beyond that. Will you talk a
Way
little bit
beyond.
about the who of Hope Has No Borders, both the newcomers that you're loving on and serving and welcoming to the country, and those that are volunteering, and like who's a part of it?
Right. Okay. So that's a great idea, or a great question.
Thank you.
So it does sound really fancy to be like, I'm executive director of a nonprofit. Okay. So behind the curtain of that is like me and my friend Jennifer. We do a lot of standing in the kitchen and like voice messaging each other. We don't have an office. I'm not like on salary. We don't have staff. We have amazing volunteers and a really huge base of volunteers we can pull from. We have some contractors. Roraima, who is an asylum seeker herself, and walked into one of our asylum sessions at one point. And I'll brag on her in a little bit, but let me tell you a little story about that. She walked into the asylum session with her narrative, which is like your story about why you fled and the danger you faced and why you had to leave. And at the bottom, she had a quote from George Washington. And I was like, okay, who is this lady? I like this. And she has chosen to volunteer and step up and serve, and is always my go-to. And we're so reliant on her. So she's one of our amazing contractors, along with several other bilingual contractors. But that's it. I mean, it's for women who give their time, and then two friends. All of us are friends, and then two friends, executive directors. And it's real scrappy like that. We work around. You know, I have to turn my phone off in the day to homeschool. It took me a while to figure that out, because I would like try and do something and then run back to my phone. So I turn the phone off. I try to set boundaries. I try to sleep at night. And I know that I'll miss these days, and I remind myself when I'm exhausted that like this, I was made for this moment. There's this saying like, don't be scared about raising dragon slayers in the age of dragons, you know, and like that's a thing for me as a mom. Like the world is scary and it's hard and it's messed up. Like it's so messed up, and my kids have to inherit this, you know, and I don't want any of it for them. I really don't. But also their character, I mean, this next generation coming up is no joke. Like they see what's right, and they're watching us. They're watching us do what's right. So I don't even remember what you asked me now.
No, it's good. It was together. So I want you to do just one last thing, and then we'll bring up our 3 storytellers.
Okay.
Will you share 3 seeds
Okay, yes.
that you want to plant in us, that you would love for us to leave here with in your dreams? If you could just drop 3
seeds. Okay. The world that I want to be raising my kids in is a world where I open the front door and the people I encounter and the people my kids interact with are people who look around at each other and they value each other. And right now that's really hard to do. We are labeling and othering each other in a way that is, I've never experienced. Like, I don't know, I'm 41, like I've never known a time like this. And so the thing is, that's not gonna magically happen, and I can't do that. I can't make everyone start to see each other as valuable. Like, I don't care where your passport's from, you know, like you matter because you're here, you know, like we need love in our communities. And there are big problems. And, while we wait for someone at the federal government to call me and say, hey, could you fix the immigration system? And I'll be like, great, I got a team of 10 moms. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Like, until that happens, we can only do what we can, like, within our own communities. But that's really where it changes things. So that is, I know you want 3 seeds, but like really that's the only seed right now. We have to stop thinking that like people left and right of us are the enemy, because just like in those tent communities, I'll be real with you, in those tent communities, it was mostly a lot of men. And at first, that's like, I'm not sure if I'm a little scared of this or not until I got to know them. And it's like, oh, these dudes are all like 20, and they all love their mom, and that's why they came, because mom's got cancer, or grandma's got cancer, or little sister's disabled, or, and they're like the one who's going to somehow help their family, and they risk their lives to come, right? But even in that encampment, there could be racism and hate from one tent to the next. And I would look at that and say, stop. You guys are all going to die in the tents together, so you got to stop hating each other and start working together, right? And that's like a microcosm of us right now. This bed we're lying in, we are all in it together. This, whatever happens next, it's all of ours. So we have to choose love. We just have to. Like, if that person or that ideology or that thing or that whatever that you think is the enemy, and you see that in someone else, like, get closer. It is so hard to hate up close. Like, it's easy to be scared of a picture on a TV of an encampment of men. It's way different to stand with a bunch of 20-year-old dudes who are all cold and hungry and who want to know if I can help them call their mom, Like we matter. We have to matter to each other. And so that's my seed. That's the only one I'll go with.
It's the Mac Daddy seed.
It's the Mac Daddy seed. That's the seed.
Okay, so we're going to invite up our friends.
Yes, let's do that.
And I'm going to, this is fun. Like, one of my favorite things when we have like real microphones that look like microphones, it's so fun to like share the mic, but this is a way to share the mic. So we'll have them come up, and we'll just kind of stagger in between,
okay.
so they
Do you want me to
can,
pull this
you
off?
can keep that one on.
Okay. You guys want to come up here?
Yeah, come on up.
Por favor. This is my friend Cassie, one of my amazing, friends, first and foremost, and contractors at Hope Has No Borders. And
I'll translate.
yes, she's going to translate. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go every other, so microphone-wise. So
Oh, yes.
Cassie, you stand
I'm
here.
going to grab my
I'm
phone
gonna
for
get off.
questions real quick. Okay.
And then I'm going to put in my, can I touch your shirt? It's okay.
No? Okay. I'm going to pull up the questions we had. Sí. Un poco preguntas para de quién quiere.
Para alguien que quiere
Sí.
compartir. No
Okay.
necesitas decir
Todos.
respuestas a cada uno.
Okay.
Ya, sí, solo.
If anyone out there speaks Spanish, what you'll notice is how really bad my Spanish is. Thank you.
I accept that offer. I translate that.
Yeah. And I hope that disarms, also I want to say, and also Jennifer, who runs the organization with me, does not speak any Spanish. She's gotten really good at hand signals, and it's really funny, and we all love it. But don't let language be a barrier to doing what's right, especially with technology.
Yeah.
Okay. So Yecson and Yuselin, I met through our host home program. That's one of the programs we run. I'll let you
Yo
translate.
conocí a esta pareja porque de nuestro programa.
It's a 90-day program that is actually where, I remember how in the video so many people were being housed in community. So because that was like a natural reaction of the community, we built a program around that. So when people really did bring others into their home, they weren't like alone in everything that happened after that and figuring out what to do next. So they were part of our 90-day program. They, just like everyone who's gone through our 90-day program, successfully got filed for asylum, obtained work authorization. You have to wait 6 months after you file for asylum to actually be able to work. And saved up enough money to get their own apartment. And ¿cuántos meses están en tu apartamento?
Ahorita,
Ajá.
desde el 15 de diciembre
Been
del año pasado.
Tenemos ya 10 December 15th, it will be 1 year that they have been in their apartment.
Right. Yeah. It's very good. Yeah. It's really important. Yeah. So they went from living in a car to just needing a little breathing room to save so that they could have stability independently. They do all of that. They pay for their apartment. They pay for their car. They work. Yeah. And they love to serve. They always sign up to help with everything. Okay, and now I'm going to introduce Roraima. I told you guys a little about Roraima. Uh-huh. Sí. She's so smart, and all the hard things that I deal with when I'm struggling to communicate or to help someone in the ways when I need a bridge, I just send all the hardest things to Roraima, and she handles all of it. It's just like the most amazing thing.
Tú puedes hacer todas las cosas difíciles por ella.
Yeah, she does. She does. She's a gift. She does. She knows it. Yep. Yeah, she is amazing. Okay, so we're going to make sure we limit our time to around 10 minutes. We probably just went through a few, right?
Solo tenemos 10 minutos.
So the first question for anyone who wants to answer, what was your journey to the U.S. like, and what helped keep you going along the way?
¿Cómo fue su camino para llegar a los Estados Unidos? ¿Y qué los ayudó a seguir adelante durante el viaje?
Oh, wait, no, give him a mic. Who has the mic? Oh, she's got it. Okay.
Ok, aquí. ¿Hablo de aquí o hablo
Just habla fuerte.
Ok, perfecto. Listo, perfecto. Bueno, nosotros salimos de Venezuela un 22 de febrero.
So we left Venezuela on February 22nd.
Hicimos un viaje que era muchos países.
We went through a lot of different countries along the way.
Yo viajé con mi esposa y mi hijo montado en un canguro.
So we went together as a couple, and then my son, who's running around here, but he was in a backpack on my front.
Okay. Pasamos selva, pasamos muchos países.
We went through the jungle, we went through lots of countries.
Cada país tenía un problema de migración.
Every country we went into had a different problem with immigration.
Cada país nos correteaba.
Okay.
Nos correteaba,
nos perseguía.
Yeah, every country like followed us, like wouldn't let us stay.
Y el único, o sea, la única esperanza que teníamos nosotros era creer en Dios y llegar acá.
The only hope that we had was that we believed in God and that we were going to arrive here safely.
Y lo hacíamos también por nuestros hijos que dejamos en Venezuela.
And we both have children that we have left in Venezuela. He has tres.
Sí, tres, y mi
He
esposa dejó
has
dos
two
niños.
children. So their children are in Venezuela, and their son that they have here is their son together.
Y bueno, cumplir el sueño de nosotros llegar acá para poderle brindar a nuestros hijos una mejor educación y una mejor vida.
So we arrived here, and we're grateful for the opportunity to be able to help our child here have a better education and also be able to help our children back at home.
Bueno, llegamos acá en un cierto tiempo bastante complicado.
We arrived at a time when it was very complicated, just at the right time.
Donde en realidad los primeros días nada nos salía bien.
The first days nothing went well. It was really bad.
Un día conocimos a una gran señora.
One day we met a woman, an elderly lady,
que nos brindó mucho el apoyo, y mi familia y yo estamos muy agradecidos con la señora
Oh,
Andrea.
it wasn't
Oh.
an old woman, it was her. Era viejo, era mí. So one day we were able to meet a wonderful woman. A wonderful woman who is Andrea. No, my bad. Era mí.
Ah, ok,
Love it.
Gracias a ella y a todo su equipo
Thank you so much to her and her entire team.
que pudimos estabilizarnos
We were able to establish ourselves.
y de hoy por hoy, gracias a Dios, seguimos adelante.
And day by day, we are grateful to God because we are able to continue on forward.
Amen.
Siempre a su orden, para lo que sea, solo llame.
24/7.
Siempre a su orden.
I'm always ready to do what you need me to do.
Oh, okay.
24 hours a day, you call me
Okay,
and I'll do it.
perfecto.
Mil gracias.
He's a mechanic.
Sí.
He's really good.
He is a really good mechanic. He is a
My
great.
mechanic.
Yeah, he's a good mechanic. That's true.
Mil gracias.
Sí.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
1,000
Very, very
thanks. A million thanks.
I do want to bring just like a 30-second context, okay? Because something that I didn't know when, 300 people were getting off a bus every night in Denver in the snow. And it's like, why? What's happening in Venezuela, right? Like, what's going on? And I have since learned, like, there's a few things I think it's important to understand. First of all, their economy and their government is really failing. For example, like school teachers make like $15 a month. Barbers, it's a great profession. You can make a lot of money in Venezuela. You make $5 a haircut, okay? Cost of goods, I mean, they were very equal to here until recently. It's kind of exploded here, but think about, 6 months ago, a year ago, what cost of goods were. So like eggs there are the same cost as eggs here. Bread, it's cost the same. Housing's obviously much less, but you still have to pay for housing. So when you start to think about just like one grocery trip that you take, like your most recent grocery trip, if it was to Costco for 3 kids, you spent like $500, right? No matter how many jobs you have, no matter how much you work, you can't pay for housing and feed yourself. And I think it's important to know and understand that moms love their moms all over this planet the way moms love their kids the way we love our kids, right? Family loves family, like everywhere the same. And for you to like zip up your coat, like to put your kid in a carrier and like walk from Venezuela through the most dangerous jungle in the world and have to pay off cartels to like get through and to see death and destruction and to not know that you're gonna make it, you don't do that unless you have to, Yeah.
Here's a picture of the jungle he wanted to pass around.
Okay, there you go.
Passport's $800.
Yeah.
That's something. Some would say, why don't they just get out? Well, if a passport's $800 and you make $5 a haircut, how can you save to get that over time?
Yeah. Let alone for a family. So I feel like that context is important to unify us all on what would we do in their shoes, Okay. Segundo pregunta, sí? Okay. Is there, we'll skip that one. Is there something about Venezuelan culture or daily life that you wish everyone could hear about or experience?
¿Hay algo de la cultura o la vida diaria en Venezuela que les gustaría que todos aquí pudieran experimentar?
Sí. Bueno, los venezolanos se caracterizan, la palabra que utilizan es bochincheros, pero en el buen sentido de la palabra.
I don't know that word. So, Venezuelans, we like to call ourselves Anybody can help me out here?
It's not really a
La
translation.
gastronomía
It's
de
not
la
a
comida.
translation. ¿Cómo se dice otra vez?
Bochinchero.
Bochinchero.
Bochinchero. Okay.
Bochinchero.
¿Qué es
I don't
eso?
know.
La gastronomía.
Alegres.
We're happy people.
Okay.
We're very
Amigables.
happy people.
Amigables.
We're very
Oh.
friendly people.
Okay.
A todos le buscamos un chiste
We always like a joke
para hacer reír a todo el mundo.
for
Okay.
everybody. Yeah, everybody.
Eso, aquí uno se limita a hacer eso con una persona de aquí porque lo toman a mal. Uno se limita aquí
Yeah, you're limited here
de tratar así a las personas
to
de
try
aquí
to do that
porque lo pueden tomar a mal.
because sometimes they can think, maybe take it wrong. But
Nosotros lo hacemos
we're jokey people, but sometimes people take it
Que para
wrong.
nosotros
Ah, right.
que para nosotros es algo común
But it's
para
something
ellos.
very common for us. We like to tease each other,
sacarle una sonrisa de cualquier cosa
to try to get a smile out of everything.
Que
Yeah,
ellos lo
that's
puedan
so-
ver
y
de
entonces lo pueden ver mal, pues y entonces
nos limitamos.
Yeah.
nos gustaría la gastronomía de Venezuela es muy buena.
The food from Venezuela is very good. You all tasted a little.
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah.
Siempre queremos compartir un sancocho los fines de semana.
O una
And we
comida,
always
un plato
like
típico.
to share a soup, a sancocho, at the end of the week, especially on a Sunday.
En leña,
And then, yeah.
en fogata.
Oh, and they make it on a fire outside, and it boils all day, and you're hanging out all day together.
En la orilla del río.
And then you swim in the river, you just hang out together.
Y bueno,
Perfecto.
We
¿qué puedo
just
decir?
enjoy.
Toda
Ajá,
la
yeah,
calidad
that's him.
humana.
Oh, Yecson.
Es la
There's us.
protagonista de ahí de la foto.
He's the one in the picture. Yeah, it's coming around.
Somos personas con mucha calidad humana.
Yeah,
Mi
we
colaborador.
are very quality humans.
Colaboradores.
Ajá, ajá.
We're
Colaboradores.
good workers.
Yeah.
A pesar de
Collaborators, thank you. We're good collaborators.
a pesar de la imagen que otros venezolanos han podido marcar,
And sometimes the image of Venezuelans here is, there's different things that we all have seen about them.
la mayoría no somos así.
But the majority of us are not like that.
No. Sí.
Nos
That's true.
invitamos a Venezuela cuando mejore.
So when Venezuela is better, we invite all of you to come.
Oh, yes. Perfecto. That's the dream. That's the dream right there. Okay. Should I think that's good on our questions. Thank you guys. Gracias por todo. Sí, gracias. Ajá. ¿Está bien? Okay.
Y bueno, ahí había una pregunta que decía,
Sí, bueno, pero no, eso era caleta porque eso era caleta.
pero había una pregunta que decía que
¿Qué
¿qué le diríamos a otros inmigrantes cuando vayan a otro país?
O cuando vengan llegando acá.
O cuando vengan a llegar.
They want to answer the last question. Okay, let's do it quickly. Yes.
They don't want you to.
Okay. If you could send a message to others who are starting over in a new place, what would you want them to know?
Can you say it louder?
Yeah. If you could send a message to others who are starting over in a new place, what would you want them to know?
El único mensaje que se le puede dar es que se
Correr
cuiden
de la migración.
Oh.
Se cuiden de la inmigración.
The
Oh.
only thing I have to say is
Yeah. Be careful for immigration.
careful of immigration.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I don't know how you can do that right now. Do you want to, should I talk about where to go? The volunteer thingy? Here it
So, is Brandon here? Okay. In just a minute, we're gonna have you back. But, yeah, I think so, y'all. Thank you for sharing. I wish we had hours to sit and hear more. So maybe another time.
Yes. Yes, please.
But, we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
It's an honor. Thank you for cooking soup for us. Muy delicioso.
Sí.
Y, there's something about food that is cooked with love.
Yeah.
And we tasted that. And God bless you and your families. And wow, I wish we had more time. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's you. You did it all.
So we have just a few minutes. I told you it was going to be a teaser because I'm like, I want hours, but we have a couple minutes.
Yeah.
A couple things that I want to, as we're kind of beginning to wrap. Again, with the treasure hunt, like, please, if you're like, wow, I want to, we have some writers in the room. You know, we have some people who we have a couple real estate agents in the room. We have such a treasure trove of people. So if you're like, I don't know what I can do, but I want to do something, please talk with me, talk with Andrea, talk with anyone in the room, and we will do what we can together. That's one of our words, together, okay? So we're going to just share a couple things, and this is amazing, and then we'll talk about this and that.
Okay.
So,
you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Do
it all.
I will just leave this up here. Like, if you're curious about what programs we run, and maybe to inspire you of ways that build stability in our community, we have a little kind of program description here.
Can you just we have a minute.
Okay.
And we're going to put it, just so you know, we're going to put it on your way out the door. In our little library area, there's a table. And so just kind of have fun, like looking at it. But will you just kind of touch on each of them? Because they're so good.
Sure. So you guys have heard a bit about like really opening up your home and hospitality. So we run a 90-day host home program. Community members who might have a spare room, a basement, a whole house across town that just became vacant kind of thing, who want to open that space to individuals and families who are seeking some stability building. Right on our website, there's a little application, and you can learn more there. You can also, like, if you know someone who might be interested, you can refer. We have a growing wait list on both sides of that, the host and the guest. We have something called our Pathways to Hope sessions, which has really grown out of a recognition that when people in mass are like, I don't want that coat, I just need work. And I'm like, I don't have work, but like, can you have this coat? Because it's like gonna snow soon. We started to start to really understand how limited work access actually is. I didn't know that before. I didn't know how hard it is to be able to legally work, and it's gotten harder and harder over the last few months as programs are stripped away. Literally, people's work permits that they paid for, it's like, we're just going to end those, actually. So those don't exist anymore. So all that's left is asylum. So we run asylum sessions. The asylum application sounds scary. It's 12 pages. We figured it out. We can all do 12 pages of something. So we have these sessions, and then we do lots of other things. Like once they've waited 6 months, we help them fill out the form to get work authorization. A million court letters. I never knew in my life I'd write court motions so often. These sessions are virtual, but a lot in person too. So there is opportunity, especially if you're bilingual, or if you just want to play with kids in a gym while adults revisit some of the scariest moments in their life on an asylum application. We have these sessions. And I will give you, there's a QR code on this one to get on our volunteer wait list. Or not wait list, like our volunteer list, where like when we have something going on, it gets blasted out to everyone. And then, if that works for you, if that night's good, then you can come. We do community service projects. This is one of my favorites. So in the meantime, while people are not allowed to work, but like still have to eat every day, we've created a program where if an organization needs volunteers, and many organizations are reliant on volunteers, we have lots of people who want a good hard day's work. So we put together teams of 10. We send them into organizations to volunteer. That organization benefits from all those volunteer hours. And then every one of those 10 volunteers gets a volunteer thank you at the end of every shift. So during that week, they earn $500 that they can feed themselves, pay for housing, start saving, right? So can't call it work. It's not work. It's a volunteer thank you. So if you know an organization that needs help, or you have an organization that needs help, or if you in your community, honestly, if your neighborhood's like, we would love all of the fences in our neighborhood painted, we'll run a volunteer group. like, let's partner because we're ready to run more and more of those teams. And then Crisis to Hope Fund. Ooh, I love this one. We do about 10 $500 or less grants per month when that solves a crisis. So that means maybe you've worked your buns off all month, but you are like just a couple $100s short from rent. And if you don't make it, you're going to have hundreds of dollars of late fees, and it becomes this cycle of poverty and eviction. Most organizations will not give you any kind of rental assistance until you already have an eviction notice or like a court date for eviction. So we're trying to kind of like before all of that chaos come in. So this is direct grants to meet that need. If it's your electricity bill, we pay the electricity bill. If it's your rent, we verify how much you owe for rent. If you are 3 months behind and you owe $3,000, like we don't pay $500 toward that. It has to solve the problem. So it's small grants.
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy. We recently did a dad who just could not get his daughter's medication. It was $60. We do lots of glasses referrals. Many people can't pass their driving test or work properly because they can't see and glasses are not accessible. So we do lots of referrals for those. So Crisis to Hope Fund, $500 or less. We could give, I could give 100 of those a month, but financially we can do about 10 a month of those. So that's Crisis to Hope Fund. This is just a QR to our website if you're interested in seeing some of the coolest pictures in the city. And this I won't go over too much, but if you're interested in volunteering in a really tangible way, sometimes you want to give a thing. You're like, I have a bike and a bike helmet, or I have an old computer I'm not using that somebody could use to study English on or build a business, or maybe you just want to get like Walmart gift cards so people can buy the food that they want to eat. Maybe you have professional skills you can give. Like we would love some help with like social media management, website review, grant writing, fundraising, website, like things that become less important when there's a human in front of you needing help that we just can't do. And also, I'm not a professional of all of those things, or any of them. So professional help is so great. And our email's on here. If you think you might have a way to lend what you're already good at doing for our benefit, we would love that. And then even following us on social, just seeing what we're up to, caring about sharing things that you find valuable from our social media with your own community also could open up doors. We all have community that we are reliant on that maybe we just function within all the time. We don't realize what a huge benefit that is. When you're new in a place and you have no community built around you, having someone else kind of go in for you and go like, yeah, my neighbor needs help with this, or my uncle's brother's cousin has a shop or whatever. Those things are so valuable. Like you have so much to offer. You really do. So follow us on the socials, get on our volunteer list to just know when there's in-person stuff happening. And most importantly, you don't only have to do things through Hope Has No Borders to like have an impact in the city. The moms and neighbors and men, I leave the men out so much. I'm so sorry. There are men who do so many things, guys. And they really do. And from Summit County to Parker, like that group is humongous. Our city is very engaged. And kind of scrappy what we did at the beginning, like put some things in your trunk. When someone's trying to clean your windshield, sure, give them the $2, but also give them a flyer that has a QR code for our resource page. Give them a water bottle. Give them, put some rice and beans in your car, a box of cereal. Like, little things mean so much. Honestly, just a smile, like just a smile. When you see a mom on the corner with her baby in the stroller, hot out there, like, have some granola bars ready. Put some diapers in your trunk. Like, go through the thing. You got little snow boots, big snow boots, extra coats, a hoodie you're never going to wear this season. It's not your style anymore. Put it in your trunk, and I promise you're going to meet the right person who needs that thing. Like, You will. And be brave, get out of the car, and just, like I said with the seed, you know, like, we got to get up close to love each other well. So get up close, like, do it. Even if you just challenge yourself to do like one of those things. Okay, so those are the ways to jump in when you leave here and you're like, what now? Those are some ways to what now.
So we're gonna put, for anyone that can linger, we are gonna put a stack of these on the desk that you can grab, and just take a stack on your way out. And this is a QR code that if you pass someone on the street, that you can offer this sheet of paper, because it takes them to Hope Has No Borders, to a list of resources for folks that might need food and shelter and all kinds of amazing things. Yeah. We'll also put our little bags of love over there, so you can kind of look at the pieces that are in it. And kind of our thought was, bless you. Our thought was like, as we finish our evening, and like I said, linger as long as you want. Just kind of take a few minutes in the little office area. Grab the QR code. We do have, and I will follow up for anyone that needs to dash. I'll follow up with an email with all of this stuff in it, so you can kind of go through and click and sign up and do all the things that you might want to do. That being said, anyone who hasn't gotten an email or a text from me, it means I don't have your info. So I'm going to pass, fair warning, I'm going to pass this around, and put your name on it if you haven't heard from me, and like circle your preferred. Some people love email, some people love text. There's a little box here on the side of your name, and I do want to make a note. So Seeds of Exchange, I'm going to pass this around. Seeds of Exchange for 20 years has been doing this stuff. I just published a book in February. Wait, what happened?
Oh, we bumped.
Oh,
that
baby. I'm sorry. Lo siento. Does he need something? Okay. Okay. Pediatrician. Oh. So in February, I published a book called Be Beloved, An Intimate, Extraordinary Journey with Jesus, tied to my, thank you. Rooted in my why in life. And so as part of that, Seeds has what I call a branch called Rooted, which is for people who share a journey with Jesus, or people who might not want to go to church but are interested in, praying together or reading a book about Jesus. And so check that little Rooted box if you want me to add you to our email crew, to whom I send weekly notes, inspiration, all kinds of fun ways to gather and loop up together. Kind of tied to that, this, you guys, we started this prayer bowl in January, and it's not just prayer, Christian faith prayer, but prayer Fatima and I have prayed for 30 years together. We never not praying together. That's the thing. So anyone that's here, Brandon and I were talking about this, like, we know by virtue of a room this big, like, people got some stuff going on. So anyone that has a longing, a need, a hope, a desire that you want us to cover you in prayer with, write it. This will also be in that table. I've got a pen. And if you want to put your name on it, I'll reach out to you and we'll have a prayer together. And if you don't want me to, you just want us to pray for you, we'll do that too. Because life is hard. We know that. And so, yes, we smile and laugh a lot, but we want to be a community that's willing to share our whole selves with each other and walk with each other and lighten each other's loads. And so there's that. A couple things. We have, Fatima, is it 6 loaves left of Abdukader's bread?
Yeah.
I think so. So that's also going to be in there. This will be in the email. we have a couple of cool things. So Fatima's got about 1 million best friends. One of her best friends is the guy that bakes our bread.
He's amazing. Abdukader is
You can call him Abdu for short. If you have a party and you want to support this fella's home business, he charges $11, Fatima, or $12? $11 for these loaves of bread. If you want to contribute towards it, there's a Venmo you can scan and I'll get the money to him. If you don't have $11, just take the bread and we'll get him the money. We have 1 bottle left of Farmer Ali in the West Bank's olive oil. Never mind. We don't have a bottle left. It's gone. Let me know if you want it, and I'll connect you with Maz, whose dad has the farm, and Maz works at Jerusalem Restaurant. My books are there. Take them for free, or you can donate.
Pay me if you want to.
Yeah.
But will you read it aloud to us if we do?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a good voice.
Excellent.
And then I wanted to say we've had a tradition in the seeds world which we don't have time for right now, called radical reciprocity. And what I mean by that is, in this room, I know there's stuff that we need stuff and we have stuff to give. Yeah. So for example, Rose just said, I have a couch. I would love to give it to Hope Has No Borders or a family that needs it.
Yeah.
We have a couple people in our community that need a home, need a room to rent. We have a sister in the community with a room to rent. Okay. So we're all about how do we do life together in really practical ways. So if you have something to offer that comes to mind, or you have a need, let me know and I'll include it in our follow-up note. Because let's be a community that helps each other out with the practical stuff, and we help out Hope Has No Borders and all of their friends,
right.
And our friends now. Mm-hmm. I think did I leave anything out for you and me?
No.
Okay, Brandon, will you come up and close us out?
Yeah. And there was a quote I was going to read, but we're running out of time, and it's not that important. The most important thing
All right, I'm going to go.
is,
It is important.
Never mind, it is important.
No, I mean yes.
Oh, right, not the quote.
Oh, how do I check? Can you turn this
So,
off?
I am silly a lot of the time, but I was totally just joking about paying me. Take your book for free. Don't pay me. I'd be upset if you guys paid for the book. I want all those books gone. She's amazing. She's the most incredible lady. If you haven't, most of you guys know her, but if you don't know who she is, just to hear her words every morning is amazing. So those books should be gone, and no one should pay for those books. You take those books, please, because just having Sarah in your ear every morning in some way, or every afternoon, or not how you do it, it's just worth it. So sometimes at the end of these, to put a punctuation mark at the end, you're okay, this is kind of incredible stuff, and you want to go home with something that really kind of punctuates it to make it more memorable. We'll sometimes go around the room and share a word that is important, but we're not going to do that actually tonight. We thought there's something that's a little bit more meaningful. So you guys have seen, you guys probably know what these are, right? Carns. So, by the way, I had to look up on YouTube how to pronounce it. It is Carn. People call them Karens, but Karen has a totally different connotation now. C-A-I-R-N. It's Karen without the N, so it's just Carn. C-A-I-R-N. So you've seen these a lot, and they and I didn't know this, but it's Gaelic, Scottish, Irish for a heap of stones, which is meaningless, right? Heap of stones. But they're often in places that need to guide direction, or sometimes to mark an anniversary of someone's passing. But I found a Scottish definition, which I thought was the coolest. And they signify human connection. So that heap of stones, a cairn, signifies human connection. I'd never seen it before. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So if you guys are willing and able, when you leave, there's Sharpies up here, and we'll have these stones here just scattered around.
I think we're gonna put it on the dining room table.
Okay.
So,
So whatever word or message that might be something meaningful to kind of mark this kind of occasion, write on this if you're able and willing. We will stack these. You probably saw we have little stacks in our backyard and everything. And then this would kind of mark a place where then me and Sarah will kind of have a place where we can actually remember the event, remember you guys. It's something that's prayerful or meaningful that is permanent in our home. So remember the Karn and remember how to pronounce it correctly, not Karen.
Yes.
And so C-A-I-R-N, Rose. That was a lot of pressure to put on in front of me. Whew. There's other ways about it. C-A-I-R-N. Okay, and that's it.
So the last thing is, so we're gonna take a moment and we're gonna shift all these things for anyone that needs to leave. You can zip between the office right on the other side of the bathroom and then the dining room. But we have a whole bunch of takeaway bowls. And so until the soup is gone, we would love for you to ladle some soup to take with you. And so if you can do that, take some bread with you. I will put Abdukader's bread on the dining room table also.
Take it, it's amazing.
It's the best. And Andrea, I did think of one thing we forgot. Sunday soup, if people want to,
Oh, yes.
Can you say that briefly?
Yeah, sure. Sometimes Yecson and Yuselin make soup to sell on Sundays. And the best part of it, well, of course it's like delicious, but they just bring it to your house and deliver it to your door, which is my favorite thing on a Sunday, like just soup shows up at the door. So,
I'll include that
Yeah.
phone number, like how to get in touch with them on WhatsApp, or if you don't have WhatsApp, you can go through me or Andrea and place your order. Same thing with Abdukader with the bread. You can do soup and bread. How fun. Bless you. So, I think we are going to pause. We did good. We want to pause and just say thank you for being here. We would love to hear what inspired you, what stirred you, what, what caused you to think anew, or what was uncomfortable. We'd love to hear that too. Anything in your heart, we want to hear. And anyone that can stay, we're going to put the music on, sit by the fire, under a blanket, make a cup of tea, stay and enjoy conversation, have another cup of soup, go play a video game with your kids. But we just want to say thank you for spending your Saturday evening with us. We are so blessed to be in a room together, to be able to just listen and laugh and learn to love in real ways. So thank you guys, and we love you, and stay around as long as you can. Thank you for piling into our living room. God bless you guys. Ciao, ciao.